What's going on, everybody? Oni Mike here over at the Game Creator, and I am back with another tutorial. I'm sorry this did not release Friday. There was a few things I had to figure out first before I wanted to get this out because I wanted to do it correctly. So without further ado, let's get in it. So if you don't have the software already, you need to go to the Quest website, the Text Adventure website, and download the software. Okay, this is going to be an offline tutorial using the downloadable system. So if you don't have it, you need to get it to follow along with this tutorial. So pause, wait for a second. Once you got it, we're going to create a new game. Create a new game, and the game type is going to be Text Adventure, and name it anything you would like. Go ahead and do that. Now I already have mine set up, so I'm going to open it. Now, there's a few things that we want to do first. Now, the reason why I'm doing this tutorial, because there's been a lot more new players coming on uh, the Quest forums, and a lot of them asking questions. And I know most people, like myself, they don't do a whole lot of actual coding. So, you know, the GUI editor is probably going to be the best bet for them. And there's not a lot of tutorials out there. Actually, not many at all, where they actually go through the tutorials over the GUI editor. So that's going to be my main thing with it. Also, my last project, my last survival tutorial I was doing, it got corrupted and I wasn't able to get into it anymore and it was all messed up. So I wanted to start a new one. Plus, I streamlined a lot of stuff. I fixed a lot of things, and this is just overall better. So I wanted to actually go over it, and I wanted to go through the whole thing with you guys, and that way you guys can have a good working survival system. So, first of all, what we need to do, we need to go into the game, we need to go into features, and we need to do some setups. Now here, I've already got mine set up, so yours will look like this when you come in. So if you click the features tab at the top, you will see that you got all these features that you can click. So the ones that we're going to tick is inventory limits, lightness, darkness. Now this is one that you don't need, but I'm clicking it. Annotations. It adds a tab for the rooms where authors can see notes to be made, not by the players. So that's good for yourself. Show advanced options for wearables, because we're going to be dealing with wearables. Show advanced scripts for game objects. There we go. Okay, now before we go any further, this tutorial will be covering a weather system, crafting, tools, campfire, foraging, temperature, just overall exposure to the outside elements, health, hunger, thirst, all that good stuff. Everything you would come to know in a survival game will be in this. So I have made it all, and it all works, and I wanted to share it. So let's keep going. So now that we have our features done, we need to go to Advanced tab here on the left. Tick the check or tick the plus box, and then you'll get this object types. Okay, and that's what we're going to go to. We're going to be making some object types. So first object type, you want to click add, and we're going to type basic. Actually, we're going to type resource data. Okay, now this is going to be our basic resources, like our plant fibers and our trees and everything else. That's going to hold all that. So we need to add a few variables, attributes. So go down to attributes, hit add, and you get this little box, and we're going to name it. We're going to name health. We need a max health. We need a damage. We need fuel source. Now, see, some of these things we won't be using until later on, so that's fine. Let's go. What else do we need? We need dual, because we'll be able to dual wield, and we need add tool. You know what? We don't need this. Actually, we don't need these anymore. Okay, let's get rid of this dual and add tool. Okay, these I added back before the wearables option was a thing. So with the wearables option being a thing now we can just name it and we can equip it without having to do this here. So let's go ahead and delete those. Okay, let's go back up to health and let's start making these integers. All of these are going to be integers. There we go. And we need one more, stamina drain. Okay. Alright, now there we are. Now that we have all of our resource data input, let's go ahead and make a couple more object types for later. Okay, we're going to make player stats. And we're not going to fill these in yet. These are going to be for later. Object types, and then we need food data. We want, oops, go to object types. I'm going to add animal data. Add month data. Oops. Then we need to add cooking, this is a long one, crafting data. Let's see. Let me go over what else we're actually going to need. Did I get the clothing? No, we need a clothing data. Oops. Okay, so let's go back to object types, clothing data. Alright, so we're gonna leave it at this for right now. Alright, actually, let's make one more. Let's make shelter resource room. Second room is going to be a weapons room. No, you know what? Let's change this room. I'm sorry. I'm going to change this to tool. Okay, what's going on, guys? I'm sorry. In the video I was making yesterday, it deleted like partway through and then like picked back up. I don't know. I didn't stop the recording at all. So I'm gonna go over these couple things that the video deleted really quick. All right. So where it deleted off, we were making rooms. Um,
I was at a weapon room and I was going to rename that tool. So if you make the other room and we'll name it tool. And what we're going to do is use this to hold our tool items and whatnot. So then we need to make another room, call it animal. Another room, just go to add room, call it food. Another room, call it calendar. And then another room, call it stash room. Now this forest, it is in the video. It does explain it later on. So I'll let you get to that later. Um, all right, so what we did in our resource room, we need to open it up or go into your resource room, and then you want to add an object. So just click add object and it will go straight into the parent resource room. So we're going to be making a bunch of resources really quick. So first off, when you add the object, call it grass. So you go to object, call it grass, and then hit OK, and then you'll have this. So what we want to do now is that we need to come, excuse me, to attributes and come over to inherited types, and you want to click add. And what are we adding? We're adding that resource data, and I already got it up here, so it's not going to show up. So if you just start typing resource or whatever you called your resource data, you can find it in there. Or you can scroll and find it. Like I said, mine's not going to be in here because mine's already up here. So, yep, just make sure that's added. So then you come down here to your attributes and you can see health, max health, damage, fuel source, stamina drain, all that stuff that we added to that object type down here will be as an attribute for this resource. So now what we're going to do, since we have our one main resource, which makes this part a lot easier, we're going to copy it at the top here. So you want to take your grass, copy it, and then you're going to paste it. Paste it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. Okay? So I'll wait, pause, can do that. Once you got it all pasted, all your items will have this resource data inherited types because we copied and pasted. So what we want to do now is go to setup, and you're going to change the name because it's going to be grass 1, grass 2, grass 3, grass 4, grass 5. So go ahead and go to the setup and change the name of each of these objects. So you got plant fiber, tree, bush, stick, pond, water, bromeliad. Okay, when I made this bromeliad, I also explained what a bromeliad is. Some of you may know, but it's a plant um, that is in the jungle and it naturally holds water. It acts as a natural water source, I guess you could say. So I put it in my game. I thought it was pretty cool. Never heard of it before. I found out because I was doing some studying, just figuring out what goes, deeper in the woods or jungles or whatever than, I've ever stepped foot in or I've even watched on TV, A lot of the plant life will give you a lot of things you can make and do. So, do some studying if you're making it like a survival game. Learn what you're making with. All right, so after bromeliad, we got boulder, and we got flint, iron, and stone. So go ahead if you need to pause this to check over all these names, make sure you got them all. Do that really quick. Okay, and then after we get that done, we're going to close this resource down. We're going to open up tool, or we're going to click on tool, and we're going to add an object over here. So add object, stone axe. We're going to call it stone axe. Then we're going to go to the attributes tab and we're going to look for, is there a tool data? Did we make a tool data? Did we make a weapon data? No, did we make a anything data? I don't think we did. Player stats, resource. Alright, so we need to make one more object type. Okay, so once you got your stone axe made, let's go down here and make an object type. Let's go ahead and add it. Okay guys, so I'm trying a new recording software because once again OBS deleted the end of the video that I was making. So I was just putting the resource, the tool data, we made it, and then anything that you add to the tool data will go automatically to our stone axe, okay? If we didn't get that far, we made a object type, we called it tool data, we didn't add anything to it, and then we go to our stone axe, we go to attribute tab, and then we go to inherited types, and we add, and then we type in tool data. Once you type in tool data and hit OK, you'll get that tool data up here, and then if we go to tool data itself, and then we hit like health, you don't have to do this, I'm going to delete it. We go health, we make it an integer, and then we go back up to stone axe, we can see in our attributes now that it added that attribute or that variable. So if we go back and I delete the tool data, health, then I come back, we can see that it's no longer in our attributes. So any attribute that you want to add to a tool or whatever, you want to add it to that object type. And there you go. I believe the next part is the random resource spawner that I go over, and the video does capture that. So I'm going to let the video take over now. Resource spawner. Okay. So in our random resource spawner, we're going to have some items that we want to naturally just populate the room with, okay? Populate the area with. Now, since I'm dealing with a survival game, we're going to be in the woods. So being in the woods, what do you find? You find all this stuff that we literally just made scattered throughout the wood floor, you know, the woods. Boulder, and of course the boulder, the flint and the iron would be held in the boulder. Sometimes you can find flint just naturally on the ground. Um, it does happen. Excuse me one second. Okay, sorry about that. So it does happen, and so with that, when the boulder gets broken open, we will be able to get the flint and the iron. But not until then. We're not going to riddle the floor with that. So what we're going to do here under random resource spawner, let's go back to open that. We need to add a new script. So add a new script. We're going to scroll down to variables. And we're going to set variable or attribute. Okay. And now we're going to change this expression. So do this. It's got to drop down. And you're going to say random number. So for grass, I'm going to say grass. Or you know what? Let's just say GR for grass. Okay. Random number. One between, let's say 5. Okay, one between 5. Let's add one for the tree. So we add a new script. We come to set a variable or attribute. Random number. We're going to call this one TR for tree. And we're going to go 1 to 2 trees. Alright, so now instead of, you know, keep doing this over and over, we're just going to copy this and paste it. So we got grass, we got tree, we need plant fiber, stick, bush, and stone. So we need at least 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we paste those. Let's go stone for stones, and we're going to do 1 and 3. Stones sound good for 1 and 3? Yeah, that sounds good. And trees, we're going to actually move the trees up to 4. So there we go. It should look 5, 4, 3. Sticks. Let's do STC.
Our STK. Let's do STK for stick. And we'll go 1 to 2. That's fine. For sticks, we want bromelians. BROM. And we need, what else do we need? Bush. We'll just type out bush. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We'll BUS. Okay, that'll be for that. And we'll go 3 on the bush. The bromelian's fine. And we need one more for the boulder. So actually, let's do this. Let's go paste. And we're going to go BOUL for boulder. And we're going to 2 boulders that could possibly come up. Alright, so there will be a few more other things that we will be adding to this later on, but not at the moment. So let's go ahead and do our first chance. Okay, now what this is going to do, this is going to set this variable gr. It's going to take that, it's going to make it a number. Okay, and it's going to set gr 1 through 5. So what we're going to do is that we're going to say if. We're going to grab an if statement. We're going to use this drop down, and we're going to say if random chance, all the way down at the bottom. By random chance, we're going to say 75% of the time. Come on, stupid thing. 75. There we go. 75% of the time. Now you can make these anything that you want to. This is just my percentages that I'm using because I like the way it works, and I use a lot of grass in my game, and if you follow this step by step, you will be using a lot of grass and plant fibers in your game as well, and wood and stuff like that. So that's why I made this very prevalent here. Let's go ahead, random chance, 75% of the time. We're going to 75% of the time, then we add a new script, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to go to scripts, and we're going to look for for, and we're going to add that. And it's a for loop. So on this for loop, we're going to just grab a random variable a for a number. We need a number, and we're going to use grass first. So it's going to be 1 through 5. So we're going to go 1 to 5 in steps of expression. Okay, so we're going to change this in steps of to an expression, and we're going to change this to gr. Now what this is going to do, it is going to go through the number between 1 or 5, and it is going to run it said many times. So it's going to run it this variable many times. And what is it going to run? Well, that's what we're going to do right here. Run script, add a new script. Going to go to objects, and we're going to go to clone and move object. Okay, what object are we cloning? The grass. And where are we moving it to? Let's go to object. Let's make it an expression, and we're going to type in player dot parent. Now what that's going to do, it's going to randomly get a number of grass units, and it's going to add it to our room as soon as we walk in. So it's going to do this for every room and everything we do. So all I'm going to do is take this script, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it twice. Do I want it twice? I need tree and stone. Tree and stick. We'll do tree and stick. Okay, so A, we'll make this one B, and our tree was in between number 4, and we're going to change the GR to a TR. And then we're going to change this grass to a tree. And there we go. There's our tree. Our tree 1 is done. So now we're going to do the same thing for the stick. So come down to this other for loop. We're going to change this to 3. And we're going to name this to STK. And we're going to find our stick for our clone object. Object's going to be stick. And so now we got all 3 of these. So now if we take this function, okay, and we go up to game, and we, oh shoot, It's already here. My bad. Okay, so let me cut this. Okay, now we're gonna play right quick. And you see, we're in a room. Nothing's going on. You can't see anything. Nothing's happening. So let's come out of here. Let's paste this back down. Okay. So if you want to know how to do this on the game, start script. We're going to go add a script. You're going to find scripts and you're going to call a function. So you add it. Call function. And then you're going to name it the exact name that you named that function that we just made. So random resource spawner. So then once we got that done, now if we jump back into the game, now you can see a grass, a grass, a grass, a tree, a stick, a stick. Okay. Now each time we come to the game, it could be different. Oh, see, now there's nothing. Now we come back in. Now there's a grass, a tree, a stick, and a stick. So there we go. That's how our random resource spawner will work. And then each time we go to a different room, there will be different amounts. See, now we got 2 grasses and 3 sticks and 1 tree. So each time it's going to be different each room we go into. And then how are we going to add that? We're going to go to room. Let's add one more room right quick just for testing. I'm just going to name this woods, or wood. Woods. Here, no, let's name it forest. Forest. That sounds a little bit better, huh? Let's go to exits. Let's go ahead and make an exit to our other room, so that way we can see how this is going to work. We also want to create an exit in the other direction. Make sure that box is ticked. Okay, now we have an exit to that room, but nothing's going to happen right now if we go into the wood room, or if we go into the forest room. So we want to go to before entering the room the first time, we're going to call that function again. So we're going to go down, add a script, find scripts, call function, random resource spawner. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and play. And we see that we can go south. We go south, and now we notice we have trees and grass and sticks in this area as well. And each time we go back, we will still have that stuff there until we take it. Once we take it, it'll be gone. It's only going to spawn up once, okay? So we go back to our random resource spawner, and we're going to go and finish that. Now we did these 3, and now we got these, we did these 3. I'm going to move this one up just so I don't get confused. There we go. Now we got these 4 to work with. Okay, we got stone, vermilion, bush, and boulder. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this whole thing, paste it. Okay, now underneath I'm going to say random chance at, let's say, 50% of the time. I wish this thing would 50. There we go. I'm going to make this one C. Sorry, A, B, C, for loop D, for loop E, for loop F. Okay, 50% of the time, what we're going to do now is stones. So stone is 1 through 3. We're going to name this ST. And we're going to use this, and we're going to call it stone. Okay, next we're going to do bromelian, and it's 1 through 2. 1 through 2. Oops, I just changed that, didn't I? Yep. Wrong one. Sorry, guys. We go down to E, our for loop E, and we change the 4 to 2, the TR to brom. Oops. BROM. And then we use the tree, and we find bromelian. There we go. And now we're going to do the bush. Bush is 1 through 3. So 3. And we're going to say BUS. And we're going to call bush.
There we go. Now what I want to do, I want one more, and this is going to be the same thing, random chance, and I'm going to name this one 35. We're going to do this one 35% of the time. Okay, it's going to be a little harder to run into boulders, alright? All I'm going to do is copy one of these for loops. This is a lot what I do. I like to copy and paste a lot, okay, because it saves a lot of work. Alright, some people may find it lazy. I don't care personally. You can call it whatever. Okay, I call it time saving. That's what I call it. So let's paste and call this one G. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, we'll call this one G. Number between 1 and 2. And this is for the boulder, so BOUL. And what we're going to do is clone and move boulder. Where's the boulder? There you are. Boulder to the player.expression. Okay, now that we got all of our random chances set up for our random resource spawner, let's go ahead and save this and jump in and see what we got now. Bam, you got grass, grass, tree, stick, 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 stone, bromeliad, bush. Let's go down. You got a stone, bromeliad, bush, bush, bush. Alright, so you can see how much more stuff that we have in the first room than we do in our second room. So our second room, we only got stone, bromeliad, bush, bush, and bush. So we got 3 bushes, a stone, and a plant. Whereas in our other room, we have 3 grasses, a tree, 3 sticks, a stone, a plant, and a bush. So as you can see how it works, you will get random outputs each time. So that's one thing I really liked, and it works great for this type of game. That's all we're going to do for today. The next time we come back, we will be getting more into picking up our items and start making them do stuff. So that'll be on the next tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope I was clear enough about everything that was going on. Feel free to leave me some comments below on anything you would like me to work on, um, or how you would like me to work on the tutorials. And, just hit that like button if you liked it. Don't forget to share it. And until next time, guys, later.